Welcome, my name is Richard Aall. I'm the CFO of the Telenor Group. Today I'm so fortunate I'm sitting here with Caroline from Wikipedia and Alex from Twitter. We're going to discuss how we can work together to create more value for our customers and more value for our companies. Let's start with you, Caroline. How do you view the mobile operators as a partner to Wikipedia, and then specifically for us as Telenor?
Wikipedia aims to bring the sum of all human knowledge to every person on the planet. And we know that for many people, their primary internet access is through their mobile phones. Particularly in the case of Telenor, where you have this huge initiative for Internet for All, we see great alignment in our goals.
Have you been able to develop any special intelligent models together that you think that we are on the right path going forward?
Our biggest initiative is Wikipedia Zero, and that's where the local operator will provide access to Wikipedia free of data charges.
Do you see any new potentials going forward in addition to affordable access?
We have a job to do to raise awareness of what Wikipedia is and to really light a fire under the movement in each country. And we also need people to know that it's free.
If you were to prioritize some markets within the Telenor Group, which one do you see as the most interesting?
Probably the most exciting one is Myanmar when we launch next year. So we were very happy to extend our agreement with Telenor to your new operating company in Myanmar.
How do you view mobile operators as a partner to Twitter and more specifically Telenor?
Our goal at Twitter is to reach every person on the planet, to make sure that the information and knowledge that's on Twitter reaches anyone, anywhere, regardless of what device they're on. And the reason why we've found mobile operators generally to be very crucial and very strategic is because we rely on local operators who have that knowledge to reach their customers in the best way, in the most effective way possible. The second is distribution and direct relationships with your customers. The third is expertise. You know the content, you know the events, the news that resonate the most with your customers. So because of these reasons, we've always viewed operators as incredibly strategic to Twitter. And especially for Telenor, there's a lot of initiatives, unique initiatives, that you guys are doing that are foundational and at the core of what Twitter is trying to do.
But over time, we need to find also models for how to monetize the access. And how do you view that going forward?
A third of all of our tweets contain links to external content. It introduces a whole new revenue opportunity for operators. We expose people to content, to articles outside of Twitter, which operators could then charge for or upsell. People come to Twitter to follow, and many times to follow brands, to follow businesses, to find out about deals that they're interested in. And so it's a great opportunity to discover things that they may actually want to take action on.
Do you see any opportunities for Telenor and Twitter to kind of bundle that customer insight in a good way to make even better services?
Yeah, we'll look at what are the most popular accounts that people follow, what were the most popular hashtags that people are interested in, really engaged in. It will give us some kind of insight into what people in those regions, what users in those regions were really engaged in, and we'll freely equip all of Telenor OpCos with this type of information to plan out your marketing campaigns, to plan out your outreach and other kinds of strategic initiatives that you want to do.
Let's say Wikipedia owned a mobile operator. What kind of actions would you take as an executive in the mobile operator in the services space?
It's like a city where there are commerce, commercial enterprises and retail operators, and then there are public services like parks. And I do believe that telcos are in a position to support sort of the the full ecosystem development, both in terms of the private sector side and the public sector side.
And to you, Alex, if you own a mobile operator, for example, you owned us, what would you do differently?
I would want to improve the livelihood of my users because we have so much power and so much responsibility for our customers, for our user base. I would want to make sure that they can access, they can connect, they can even fulfill transactions with the utmost simplicity, with the least amount of friction as possible, with the least amount of barriers, whether it's affordability or accessibility.
In most of our markets in Asia, there's only a small fraction that owns a smartphone. How can we work together to make affordable services for the more feature phone-oriented base of the population?
Most people don't go to zero.wikipedia.org. The default is to go to m.wikipedia or just type Wikipedia or you search through Google. So what we need to do is take the spirit of Zero Dot, which is a lighter weight page, and move that to m.wikipedia.org. We're also piloting a service that's Wikipedia via text. They can still get the benefit of all the knowledge that's contained in Wikipedia.
And for you, Alex, the same. How can we work more end-to-end with the feature phones and more constrained networks?
There's a few barriers to access today. One of them is affordability. So we have Twitter Access, which whitelists mobile.twitter.com as well as our Android apps and other third-party apps such as Windows and MediaTek devices. So we can remove that barrier so people who cannot afford can still access Twitter in that way. And we have a core initiative and a core team that is addressing data compression and is providing a more lightweight experience on Android specifically to make sure that on slower networks and cheaper phones, they can still have a seamless Twitter experience. The other piece is around awareness. So even though that smartphone adoption is increasing, there's still a lot of people who will buy smartphones, cheap smartphones, because it's a fancier feature phone. It's a touchscreen feature phone essentially to them. So there's still this element of awareness and real understanding why connectivity is actually beneficial to them. Why is it actually valuable to them?
Caroline, if you were to list the top 3 things we can do together to achieve our mission of Internet for All.
So number 1 we're already doing, which is the Wikipedia Zero program. The second is school outreach. And I think that we can partner closely on your educational outreach, the corporate social responsibility programs that the operators are doing. I look to Telenor as an important partner to just raise awareness for Wikipedia more broadly. I would like to collaborate on awareness building campaigns as well.
Alex, if you were to list the top 3 areas of cooperation going forward.
I think the foundational element is to lower barriers of access. On top of that, I really like kind of this idea of working with schools, working with the youth who are going to be that next generation, that next billion users, to teach them and show them how it could be valuable to their lives. I think that's absolutely critical. The third piece is something on a market-by-market basis, looking at elections, sporting events, even concerts and entertainment that drive amazing engagement. And we found that that's always been successful in driving a whole new population, a whole new community of internet users. So I think there's a lot of ways that we can work together to identify what that is.
Thank you very much, both of you, for a good dialogue and discussion.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
and thank you so much for the partnership and the support that you've given us.
Yeah, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for hosting us here.